Basically, they're both fast. They both come to the ring with great game plan. I think that Errol I think he's more so on the I'll make adjustments and then I'll handle the business. And Manny he comes to the ring, but this is what Freddie and I have decided to do, and this is what we're gonna do. So I think that when I say who strikes first, I mean who can ever implement their game plan, and who can land that strong left hand first. Manny's fast. Manny will catch you off guard. I mean, if you speak to Keith, he can really speak to the speed and the movement and rhythm of Manny Pacquiao. Gives a lot of guys problems. And so when we speak to Errol having to make adjustments, can you make that quick adjustment, or is Manny going to strike first? You know. Then the other side of that is, hey, Manny, if you can't come out here and have your foot on the gas pedal from the opening bell, which we don't normally see from Manny, but if that's something that he can't do and he allows Errol to start to see his speed, his rhythm, and figure him out, Errol will figure you out. And when he does, he'll find that speed that he likes. And he'll put the cruise control on, and he'll strike.
In terms of strength, Manny said he felt he was stronger than Spence. You fought Spence, you sparred Manny. I know that was a few years back when he was in the better years of his prime, but overall strength-wise, who do you think that's going to have the advantage?
Strength has got to be Errol Spence Jr. He is the bigger man. I think he's stronger at 147. And there's a lot of things you could say to that. I mean, we say speed makes power. You know, so when we talk about Manny Pacquiao's power, is it true brute strength, or is it just that snap that he has behind that speed that creates that power? You know, so I think that Manny has a great job, has a great knack for beating guys to the punch and really stinging them, and kind of like a scorpion, you get kind of paralyzed in that moment, and you stay there too long, and it's all she wrote. So. But I think overall we can say that Errol Spence Jr., even though he's younger, he's a stronger man.
What's your prediction for the fight?
I don't know who's going to win this fight. I really do up and down. I love this fight. I love this fight for the styles. I love this fight for obviously one guy being more mature and just trying to continue to conquer the sport, conquer the division, conquer the younger generation, and of course Errol Spence Jr., everything that he's been through and come through, and now just trying to continue his legacy, man. I love this fight up and down, man, for every reason you can imagine. I can't pick a winner. I don't really want to pick a winner. I don't like making predictions in the first place, but I really don't want to pick a winner because I just think that there's so much greatness within this fight. I don't want to narrow my mind to one thing and expect one thing, and when I see a different result, or just be so narrow-minded on that I don't see a different outcome, you know. So I'm keeping my mind open to all the possibilities, man. But the most open possibility I do have is who's going to land that straight left first.
Now, you talk about Errol Spence. You fought Danny Garcia, you fought Errol Spence. Spence said he was at almost 80%. Did you notice a few ticks off the fastball with Errol Spence in that fight?
I would agree with his 80%. And that's not from, I think that's maybe from being in the ring with him, of course, from studying him. I didn't see that he was moving slow or anything like that. Just saw that there's a little bit of spice that he has, and I don't think he had all of his ingredients that night. But it's, you know, it doesn't take everything to beat everybody. You know, I think it took everything for him to beat me. I don't know if he's ever publicly said that, but I think it took everything that he had to beat me. I don't think it necessarily took everything that he had to beat Garcia. Garcia's a little bit more dimensional than myself, you know, so I think that helped as well. But I did see him 80%, but when you figure everything that he had been through and coming to the ring at 80, 85%, you got to expect him to be upwards to 95, 100% for this fight, you know?
Do you think
make this fight great?
Do you think the younger generation, Shawn, will look at what Manny Pacquiao is doing here and saying, look, this is a guy willing to step in there against the best to get the richest fight possible. I need to do the same. Is going to be a trend setting?
I just asked Keith if he had watched The Kings yet, and basically was asking him that because if you watch The Kings, this isn't anything new. This is like a part of history. Guys come out of retirement to kind of reclaim their glory. They come out of retirement chasing glory. They come out of retirement for the paychecks, and I mean the list goes on. So we've seen this before, and I think that if you watch the Kings, you see it multiple times with Leonard specifically, but you see it again with Durant. I didn't know that part of the story of Durant's story, and you even see it with Hearns, which I was aware of. But you see this part of history. You see guys chasing glory, and you see guys conquering. You know, so if anything, we need to take a look at history and use that as a possibility as well. You know. I do. I think that to your question, I think that the younger generation should look at what Manny Pacquiao is doing and understand that we each have our own legacy, and if we understand what we want our legacy to be, if we understand what we want out of life, out of this sport, don't stop until you get it. You know, and there is clearly something that Manny hasn't achieved yet, or something else that he saw that he wants to achieve. So I appreciate it.